I guess it's time for another one of these taxi vlogs, of which this is number 193. It's the wipers on here. It's a damp night. It's the 21st of February. Is that right? Yeah, it is February of 2012. I'm not going to cry much about how slow business is, because it is slow, but I don't want to bore you with that stuff. Suffice it to say that we're in survival mode here. We're just making enough money so that we can save up to pay the rent at the end of the month and get some groceries and pay the taxes. The taxes are exorbitant. A full, what is it, 12% off the top goes to the government for the harmonized sales tax, 5% of which is GST going to the federal government, and the other 7% is the provincial sales tax, which everything has provincial sales tax on it. Goods, services, everything. Just like the goods and service tax has that kind of on everything. So I have to multiply what I take in times 0.107 and send a check to the government every month. Yeah. And then, of course, I have to pay my income tax every month, which is what I'm saving up for now, rather than quarterly, because I have to give a copy of my income tax check every month to my bankruptcy trustee. And I have to save up money every month to give to them, too. Yeah, modern life. So yeah, suffice it to say, things are pretty shitty out here, but I'm not going to talk any more about that. I'm going to talk about what fun customers I've had this week. Friday night was going kind of slow, and towards the end there, I get a call around 4 o'clock, and I get sent to this motel, and there's a guy there who wants to, he can't tell me exactly where he's going, but you know, he wants to find a hooker. I say, well, okay, I can take you down to the part of town where these ladies frequent. However, it is kind of late in the night to find one, and to find a good one, well, I tell you, it's not like it was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, there was one on every corner downtown on Government Street, and they looked good, you know. They looked attractive and sharp, but now the ones that you see on the street just look like, you know, they're tweaking, you know, they're fucked up on all kinds of drugs, and they look dirty and unclean and unkempt, and I digress. We were going, then he said he wanted to go down towards Fisherman's Wharf, saying that he's a commercial fisherman. Okay, fine. So we go down to Fisherman's Wharf, and he gives me a $20 bill. It's almost 20 on the meter at the time, and says, just wait here, I'll be right back. I'm going to have a beer. So he cracked a beer when he got out of the car, and he had a cigarette, and he was talking on the phone with somebody for a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. I just sat there, you know, contemplating the lint in my navel that I imagined to be there underneath my shirt and t-shirt. And then finally he came back, got in the car, said, take me back. Okay. So I take him back. It's like $34 on the meter. He hands me another 20 and says, just wait a minute, okay? I'm going to see if I can, if there's any room on the bed in the room back at the motel. So he goes in there. I guess there are other commercial fishermen sleeping there. Sure enough, he waves at me from the door and I leave. So, you know, that was the end of my night, Friday night. Saturday night, I should book on. Book the zone anyway. There we are. I already booked on, so you don't have to hear all the beeping and crap. But now I just booked the zone. Yeah, what happened? Saturday night, just towards the end of bar rush, I guess it was about 2:45, or maybe it was as early as 2:30. I was taking a break because I didn't want to deal with the bar rush crap, okay? I didn't want to deal with the disrespectful kids who had too much to drink too fast, and they're all over the pavement downtown, so I never go downtown anyway if I can help it. But I think the solution to the whole thing is keep the bars open 24 hours so that people can go out and go home when they feel like it, instead of having a bunch of kids in the street all at the same time and not enough taxis to take them home. Their solution is put more taxis on, but that's just taking soup off of my table and the tables of others out here. So, you know, not only do we have a crap economy, but didn't I say I wasn't going to talk about that? Okay. That's it. Cut right in front of me. Nice job. Beautiful driving. Welcome to Victoria. Yeah. So, I pick him up at a gas station locally, and he's kind of staggering a little bit. I'm thinking, oh, here we go. I have to make a snap decision. Should I drive away or let him in? Well, I figured, okay, I'll let him in. He didn't look that bad. He wasn't green in the face and sick looking. He was just staggering a little bit. Well, he got in, and he wasn't slurring his words much, almost not at all. We carried on a conversation, and I asked him, you know, where he's going. He says, Langford. Okay, let's go to Langford. What part of Langford are we going to? I'll know it when I see it. Okay. So I'm heading on the highway going out towards the western communities, of which Langford is the biggest one, or the most prominent anyway. They've done a lot of remodeling and upgrading and putting roundabouts and crap in the way, and fancy sidewalks and street lights and all that other crap. So we're on our way out to Langford, and I don't have any idea where we're going. He said something like Langwin. We're going to Langwin. So I look in my map book here, of which I have the latest edition, and look for Langwin. Can't find it. So I tell him, look, there's no such thing in the book, and this is the most recent book there is, and there's no such street as Langwin. Is it the name of a building? Or he says, well, it's condos. Oh, okay. And he says, look, just take me to the Shell station, okay? I'll direct you from there. Oh, good. Now I have a destination. So I drive to the Shell station in Langford, which is the Shell station at the intersection of the number 1 highway and the number 1, which is incidentally the Trans-Canada Highway. If you stay on it, you can go all the way to Newfoundland. And that's where I went. That's Spencer Road and number 1. And he says, as I was pulling into the Shell station, oh, you remember the Shell station, that's good. I have to make a phone call. Okay, so he gets out and goes to the payphone, because earlier on, he asked me if I had a cell phone. I said, no, I don't. I just don't have a cell phone. Whether I do or not doesn't matter. I'm not lending it to you. Get your own. So we stopped at the payphone, and there actually is still a payphone there, one of the few places where there still is. And he went out, and I said, well, could you give me some money first before you leave so I know that I'm going to get paid, you know. So he said, the money's on the seat. So there was 3 crumpled up $20 bills on the seat, $25 on the meter. I grabbed 2 of them. I reached around, grabbed 2 of the $20 bills, and I'm holding this in my hand, so now I feel good. I'm getting paid anyway. So then the guy comes back and he says, okay, let's go up the hill. The only hill I can think of from there of which you would go up would be the Malahat. And the Malahat is like this mountain that the #1 highway goes up and over to get to places like Nanaimo and Mill Bay and, you know, further up the island, off the peninsula, away from Victoria. I say, okay, fine. Shall we go straight here? He says, yeah, go straight. So I go straight. And he says, where are you taking me? Where is this? And I said, okay, where is it that you want to go? He says, well, you know where the Burger King is? And I go, shit, we're nowhere near the Burger King. Okay, fine, I'll take you there. So I turn around and then I get back on the highway going back towards town, and then we take the exit at 6 Mile Road to get to the Burger King. He says, where, you're taking the long way, where are we? I didn't want to come here. And I said, well, first you said the Shell station in Langford. I took you to the only Shell station in Langford, which is the one at Spencer Road and the #1 highway. And then, now you're saying you want to go to Burger King. Okay, I'll take you to Burger King, no problem. I'm going the fastest way I know to Burger King. So we're arriving close to Burger King, and we get to the 6 Mile pub, and then he sees the Shell station. Oh, we're back here again. I say, no, we're not back here again. This is another Shell station. This is the Shell station in View Royal. You asked me to go to the one in Langford, which I promptly did at the beginning, and now we're at the one in View Royal. Had you said go to the Shell station at View Royal, close to the casino and the Burger King, I would have gone there first. But all you said was go to the Shell station in Langford, which I did. Oh, sorry, man, sorry. He says, well, you go up the hill from the Burger King. Oh, okay, so this way? Yes, this way. Good. All right. So we're going towards the Burger King, and past the Burger King, and up the hill, and he says, and you turn right. So I turned right on Whale Road, which was the first way to turn right. And he says, oh, this is not it. I said, well, you said you wanted condos? There's condos right there. He said, that's not them. So we turned around, went back the other way, went to another condo place. Is this it? No, this is not it. He says, look, just let me out and let me stagger from here, okay? It can't be far away. I said, well, I never heard of no Langwin, but okay. If you want to walk from here, fine. The meter was at $38. I had 40 already. And here we are in the parking lot where taxis sit and rot. Yeah. Andy. Have a good one. Until next time, hope yours is better than mine. Goodbye.